We turn now to an iconic American dessert. No, not apple pie, the Twinkie. What the Twinkie lacks in dignity, it more than makes up for in taste. The deceptively simple cakes have provided a lot of guilty pleasures in the 77 years they've been around. But what exactly is a Twinkie? Tonight, the ingredients revealed. Here's ABC's John Berman with the latest installment of our series, You Are What You Eat.
Howdy, partners! Come on to Hostess Twinkie Town.
When most people look at a Twinkie, they see a small yellow cake, 4 inches long with cream inside. They see a moist, delicious dessert.
You get a big delight in every bite of Hostess Twinkies.
But when food writer Steve Ettlinger looks at a Twinkie, he sees something more.
I see the mastery of the problems of shelf life, of distribution, of making something in a large quantity while keeping it sanitary, while keeping it uniform.
When I look at a Twinkie, I think golden creamy goodness.
I joked perhaps because I didn't know just what was behind that golden creamy goodness. I was naive, like Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
Just trying to fire than a 1,000-year-old Twinkie. What do they put in these things anyway?
Sugar-enriched flour, partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, polysorbate 60, and yellow dye number 5. Just everything a growing boy needs.
Sergeant Al didn't know the half of it.
How many ingredients are in a Twinkie?
39. 39. Now that's counting the vitamins and minerals in the fortified flour.
Ladies, the most versatile dessert ever.
So this golden creamy goodness is pretty complicated.
It's very complicated.
The man of the hour.
Ettlinger knows because he did something a little astounding and a little geeky. He wrote an entire book on the Twinkie.
And then my sweet little girl, who at that age still thought Daddy knew everything.
283 pages.
Daddy, where does polysorbate 60 come from?
He spent 5 years as a food detective, traveling the country to track down the source of all 39 ingredients. Hostess didn't exactly cooperate.
Even though I didn't reveal any secret, certainly no trade secrets, and definitely I didn't reveal anything shockingly bad.
Hostess turns out 500 million Twinkies every year. 500 million. Each one is made from flour, sugar, corn syrup, things you might expect. And then there are a whole lot of things you might never expect, unless you normally eat glue and rocket fuel. For instance, there is corn dextrin.
It's a great glue. It's the glue you find on the back of envelopes that you lick. It stays dry. When it's dry, it's not so sticky. When it's wet, it sticks right together.
How can you have one and not eat one?
And there is cellulose gum. In the Twinkie, it gives the cream the smooth feel.
It's in a lot of low-fat salad dressings, ice creams, and it's used in rocket fuel to give a slightly gelatinous feel to the rocket fuel. I just love that.
Rocket fuel? It's a strange kind of fun.
And fun is having a Hostess Twinkie. Light.
When Ettlinger laid out a bunch of the ingredients in the Twinkie, it didn't look much like a magical flying Twinkie romp. Nor did it look much like a bakery.
It looks like a chemistry set.
It is. It's like a chemistry set. And I have to tell you, I really enjoyed coming through the airport security with these big rocks.
That's right, rocks. At least 5 rocks go into making a Twinkie. There is trona in the baking soda, limestone in the baking powder, and of course, salt.
Is there anything wrong with the fact that Twinkies have 39 ingredients and are made from rocks and use petroleum?
No, because if there were, there'd be something wrong with all our processed foods. Now, some people don't like that, in which case they can eat more whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and what have you.
Everybody loves the dessert with a twinkle in its eye. Hostess Twinkies.
Most of the Twinkie ingredients are everywhere. In pudding,
sodium stearolactylate,
ketchup,
high fructose corn syrup,
peanut butter,
partially hydrogenated vegetable oil,
and energy drinks, just to name a few.
Sugar, corn syrup, canola oil, calcium caseinate, soy protein isolate, corn oil, sodium caseinate, and artificial flavor, among others.
So how about we get back to the cream?
You can make these products without the chemistry set of ingredients.
I have all real, what I call whole foods, whole grain flours that are unbleached.
We found a woman who makes a vegan Twinkie. It tastes okay, but comes at a cost.
Now, we talk about shelf life. The shelf life will be much shorter, but
there, she said it. The magic words that make the Twinkie world and the world of all processed foods go round. Shelf life.
In order to get shelf life, you give up something. Fresh eggs, fresh cream, fresh butter. So you need to not only extend the shelf life of the product you're making, but you have to replace those eggs with emulsifiers. You have to replace the butter with flavors. or colors, you have to replace them with things. And that's why the ingredient list starts getting long.
Twinkies have a legendary shelf life. They're rumored to last longer than their plastic wrappers. That isn't true, but they still can last about a month.
The Twinkie people have managed to keep the filling just so it doesn't get absorbed into the cake. That's a big challenge for a baker.
Hostess had a somewhat metaphysical take on Steve's book. Deconstructing the Twinkie is like trying to deconstruct the universe. Some people look at the sky and think it's beautiful. Others try to count the stars. We think the millions of people who have made Twinkies one of the most popular snacks in American history would agree that Twinkies just taste great. Believe it or not, Steve Ettlinger agrees.
It's a treat. My gosh, it's a dessert. You can eat desserts. You can eat treats occasionally. The Hostess people always trot out the people, some old guy who's had a Twinkie every day of his life, and he's perfectly fine.
Eat enough of them and you'll be able to suss out the bouquet of fresh Delaware polysorbate 60, or that fine Midwestern soybean shortening, if not the finest high fructose corn syrup Nebraska has to offer. Twinkie deconstructed. At least now you know what you're eating.
That's a relief. I'm John Berman for Nightline in New York.
You are what you eat, John. And if you're hankering to try those vegan Twinkies mentioned in the story, the recipe is on our website at nightline.abcnews.com. Enjoy.